to our discussion topic of the day. We're going to talk about bases. So, what are bases? So we say bases are substances that dissociate in water to give hydroxide ions as the only negative ions. So we say dissociation is what? Ionization. So bases are substances which ionize to give hydroxide ions as the only negatively charged ions. So we have two types of bases. In this case, we have a strong and a weak base. Just like acids, strong bases dissociate, undergo complete. So strong bases undergo complete dissociation, while weak bases undergo partial dissociation. So these strong bases, we say they dissociate to form metal ions and hydroxide ions. So they dissociate to form metal ions and the hydroxide ions. Okay, so they undergo complete dissociation. We're talking about complete dissociation to form metal ions and hydroxide ions. In this case, let us talk about a base. So like as an example of a strong base will be sodium hydroxide, while a weak base, we are going to talk about ammonium hydroxide. Now, let us look at the dissociation of the two bases. So if this is your base, the ammonium hydroxide is going to dissociate. So you're writing plus an aqueous solution. So it's going to dissociate to give you metal ions. So the metal ions are going to be the ions present in the hydroxide that you have. So here we have sodium hydroxide. So the metal ions are going to be sodium ions. Okay. So if it was potassium hydroxide, we would have had potassium ions like that. So that is the metal ions. So you're going to form your metal ions. State symbol is still aqueous, plus your hydroxide what? Hydroxide ions. Now, if you're talking about now ammonium hydroxide, we're saying you're going to have partial dissociation. So in this case, you're going to see that the ammonium ion, the ammonium base, it's going to undergo partial dissociation to form ammonium ions plus your what? Your hydroxide ions. So you can see the hydroxide ions, the dissociation that occurs in your strong and your weak, as in your strong and your weak bases. So something else that we need to know about the bases are that one base, for a base to be the pH of these bases. So strong bases tend to have a high pH value compared to weak bases. So that is another characteristic. Here we say they have high pH. They have a high pH value. These weak bases, they have a low pH value. Now we are going